Hello and welcome to the Wellbeing Buddies group. My name is Louise Searles and I would like to explain to you what the Wellbeing Community Hub and the Toolbox is all about. So I have been running Phoenix Holistic Beauty and Nail Training. We're just about to go into our 20th year. And right from the beginning, we have offered holistic beauty and nail training, hence the name. But last summer, I made a decision that I wanted to reduce and in fact stop the entry to industry beauty and nails and focus all my time, effort and energy on developing the wellbeing sector with complementary therapies. So we continue to grow the reflexology, massage and aromatherapy. And what that means is that our beautiful place up in Warner's Farm is not being used anywhere near as much as it was before. So what we want to do with that is to create a community wellbeing hub. So the idea behind this is that it has multiple uses, ranging from the running of training workshops for qualifications, so postgraduate one-day workshops with other educators in our industry. So it could be nutrition, it could be business, it could be marketing, it could be Bowen, it could be crystal healing, it could be Reiki, it could be anything that we don't currently offer. So if you're a wellbeing practitioner in any of those areas and you want to use our facilities to run your courses, then that's one of the things that's open to you. I want to go back to what adult community learning was famous for many years ago, which was to offer opportunities for people to explore and discover various courses. Things changed when funding got in the way, as it always does. So when the adult community learning courses started to be funded, it was great because it meant that lots of people could do more courses and there was a lot of money available to run them. But the problem was that there was a lot of paperwork that needed to be done, lots of forms to fill in, lots of things to comply with, lots of evaluation that had to be done. So it sort of lost its way just a little bit, and now you can't just go along and do something for fun or to discover. And I want to bring that back to the community. I want people to be able to come along and spend an evening, social evening, learning about essential oils, learning about NLP. What is it? Can it help you? Maybe doing some practice exercises, to have some group share opportunities where people can come together and find out, what is meditation? Is it something that actually could benefit them? So engaging with our community practitioners who run their own businesses elsewhere, I want them to have a platform, sort of a bit like a top funnel, where all of our friends of Phoenix and our whole community will have access to workshops and treatments as well, because we have a treatment room up at Warner's Farm. Now, obviously, at the moment, we can't practice in quite the same way as I was planning. We were looking at starting this in about March and developing it over the months so that we then launched properly in September, October. And that just hasn't happened. So what I'd like to do in between is to create the community wellbeing toolbox, and this is a virtual presence where wellbeing guides can engage in helping people take responsibility for their own well-being, provide tools, techniques to help their well-being. So being proactive rather than reactive. So hopefully that actually people won't get to the point where they're desperate and they're on their knees and that they just don't know where to turn, that they will know where to turn because we've got the wellbeing toolbox. We've then also got the hub. So my offer to you is to come on board as a wellbeing guide, and that will be your title, and engage in what we have to offer. So we've got two things, and I'm just going to share my screen with you so that you can see the two things that we have got set up. So the first one is our group. So it's a private group, and when people come into the group, they will be asked some questions. So the questions will be around what are the challenges, what problems are they facing at the moment, what would they like to get help with, and that will help us tailor the content that goes out to them. So you, as a wellbeing guide, will be a member. You will also have your own personal group linked to this wellbeing group, and I think I don't think have I put some in? I'm not sure whether I've put some in yet or not, so I won't waste time looking at that. But your personal group will be linked there so that people will see it. And also you will become a topic. So at the moment I've put in the Graceful Coach, which is Grace, and she will be offering support around physical activity. So the people, the community, when they are looking for something, every post that Grace offers will be tagged with the Graceful Coach, which means that if anybody wants to find the Graceful Coach, all they need to put in there is the Graceful Coach, and everything that Grace posts will be up for that person to see. So the idea being that you have 80% of what you post is giving to the community. So it might be information, it might be tips, it might be a live that you do. I always encourage people when they're doing this sort of thing is to have a conversation with their ideal client. And part of being in this group, which is the Wellbeing Buddy group, we will teach you how to grow a successful Facebook group and how to develop a business in line with what your goals and your aspirations are. So 80% of the content that you will put in here will be giving to your ideal client. You'll be talking directly to them, having a conversation with them, talking about their fears, talking about their needs, giving them tips and advice. 20% of that is also going to be a call to action. So it might be, come on over to my group. I'm going to be holding more in-depth conversations about this particular issue that you're having or your fear. We can have a more personalized conversation, but also, I don't know whether you know, but you also can create a room. So you can, with people that are online, you can create a room and go into that and have a video messenger, and I've not tried that yet, so I'm excited about trying that in my buddy group later. So by the time that you get into this, you will be coached as to how you can do that. So 20% of what you put into here is very much a call to action. So if you want to take your conversations about why somebody might want to have a one-to-one consultation with you, or join an event that you've got, a workshop, a paid workshop, or come over into your own personal group, then that's what your 20% would be for. But we've also got a Facebook page. And the reason that we've got a Facebook page is because on a Facebook page we can do so much more. So let me just find my page so I can show you what that looks like. So it looks more or less the same. Here we go, same imagery and things. But you as a wellbeing guide will be a moderator. So that means that you can create your own events. So the events will be the workshops that you are either holding in your own premises, or if you're using the Wellness Hub up at Warner's Farm, then obviously it would be there. But the beauty with this means that we can share the event directly into any other group, public group that you are able to. You can share it on your own timeline, and it means that anybody coming to the page will be able to look at the various offers and events. So we also down here have got, where are we? We've got the community, which is great. So that goes directly into the community hub. And here we go, I have linked it. So I've linked Grace's, but yours will also be in there as well. We can also put, obviously, our photographs, our posts, reviews, which will be very good. So anybody reviewing you on your page, you can ask them to also review you in the Community Hub, which will bring people to the page. You can link it with Eventbrite, but anybody who clicks on the events will actually get a calendar of all of the events. So not just what's going on at Warner's Farm, but what's going on in your own platform as well. So a page is very much the shop window. It's for you to showcase what you've got, linked to the group, so that within the group, what you can do, I'm just going to stop the share for a second and have me back. So the group is where we actually have that conversation with our community and give them more information. We then take them off into our workshops through the events or into our own paid groups, free groups, however we want to put it. So my offer to you is to come and join us as a guide. Now there is a cost involved with this, because I want to engage with an administrator that can actually help with the admin. So if you don't know how to set up your own page, you don't know how to run an effective group, you don't know how to do an event, you want to experiment inside the buddy group in a safe environment to be able to do a Facebook Live first, to be able to identify things like which way up should my camera be. I remember when I first did lives, I had my camera and I put it on the side because I thought that would give a bigger screen. What I didn't realize is that my Facebook Live came out sideways. You have to do those things in a safe space. You need to get rid of your ego. If it all goes wrong, so what? You can actually just pull the video down. People say, I hate the sound of my own voice. I hate the sound of my own voice, so I don't listen to it. I quite like talking, so I don't have a problem with that. But when I listen to it back, I don't like it because it doesn't sound the same in my head. Get rid of it. It's irrelevant. You have to really understand what is it you're doing to serve your customers, your ideal clients. So when I say our, I'm talking about our space, our wellbeing space. Our catchphrase, our motto is help us, help you, help others. So it's about paying it forward. I've got Lynn Excel, the wonderful Lynn Excel, and I hope that at some point she might join this group, for bringing that to my attention. It's something that I didn't know about, although I actually did practice, and she brought that to the table probably about 8 years ago, which is the idea of just paying it forward, doing nice things for people to help them, and it just goes in a full circle. So I want to pay a social media expert and I want to pay an administrator to come into our group and work with us so that we can learn and we can develop. And obviously that's going to cost money. The more people that we've got in the group, the more available that's going to be. So I want to charge you £6 a month to be a wellbeing coach, and I think you'll agree that that is more than worth it. And another question people have for me is, what if there is somebody else already in the group doing what I do? And the answer to that is that's absolutely fine. People buy people. So just because there's another person that does what you do, they will be doing it in a different way. They might have a completely different client avatar. They might have a different offer. And more importantly, they will be speaking to a different type of client, and there are more than enough people in need of what we are offering to go round. So please do not be put off when you look at it and you see, oh my goodness, there's somebody that's more experienced than me, that's got a bigger following with me. Come into the group anyway. Join us as a wellbeing guide and just get your message out there. The whole idea is to help people. And one of the really inspiring things, everybody I've spoken to on these sort of webinars that I've been doing over the last little while has really inspired me. But I think one of the most things that touched me most was one of my colleagues who said, I just want to put a smile on the face of those people that are used to crying. And I just thought, do you know what? That just sums it up. Don't we all just want a smile on our face? So I really hope that you'll take the next step, which is to fill out the job form and to come into our environment, and that will give you permission to post into our group the Wellbeing Community Toolbox. So I look forward to a really great relationship with you.